New Zealand's exceptional growing conditions have been combined with a century of Californian parent company experience to successfully establish the New Zealand Redwood Company Estate, NZRC. Arotahi Agribusiness has been retained to run a competitive international sale process, presenting a rare opportunity for buyers to acquire the largest plantation redwood estate in Australasia, offering a premium lumber and carbon investment underpinned by over 8,000 hectares of freehold land. Highlights of the NZRC estate include an iconic tree species amongst the tallest and most long-lived trees on the planet, a planted forest area of 3,166 hectares of predominantly redwood, with minor plantings of Douglas fir, eucalyptus and Pinus radiata, together with a further 525 hectares potentially plantable. Significant and increasing carbon sequestration, projected to reach 108,000 tonnes a year by 2033, offering an attractive income stream from the burgeoning carbon market. Premium sustainably grown lumber, consistently one of the highest price appearance grade softwoods sold in the US market. Large existing markets for Western red cedar in Australasia, ready for substitution with New Zealand grown redwood. Potential wood flow in excess of 200,000 tonnes per year for 2 decades from 2047. An environmentally diverse estate with significant areas of indigenous forest, streams and wildlife. Upside growth potential from the I300 redwood growth model, which demonstrates redwood growth rates exceed pine from around age 30. Management expertise and an established business plan to plant over 500 hectares of NZRC-owned farmland over the next 3 years. The vision to establish NZRC came about as Soper Wheeler identified a looming supply shortage as the old-growth Californian forests were progressively harvested or protected for conservation. After careful evaluation of other Southern Hemisphere growing regions, they settled on New Zealand to establish a fast-growing, sustainable plantation to meet forecast global demand. At an industry level in New Zealand, the earliest plantings of redwood are over 100 years old and recording higher growth rates than Californian. Examples of mature redwood stands able to carry over 4,000 cubic meters of standing volume by age 65. They're thriving in the higher and evenly spread rainfall areas, and are particularly well suited to the Ruapehu district, where NZRC has been focusing its efforts. Redwood lumber is highly priced and sought after, with a range of appearance grade end uses including panelling, cladding and decking, and the NZRC estate has been pruned to produce high quality clearwood. Under the diligent watch of local management, NZRC have refined establishment practices, starting with careful genetic selection of clonal material. Seedlings are raised on contract at 2 locations and utilised either within the estate to support the ongoing planting program or sold to other landowners looking to expand the national estate. Planting into pasture with stocking of around 500 stems per hectare, silviculture typically follows a 3-lift pruning and single thinning regime. The NZRC estate is contained within 4 separate holdings across the Ruapehu and Rangatiki districts in the North Island and the Hurunui district in the South Island. These regions have a history of plantation forestry and are well served with contractors, sawmills, rail sidings and export port facilities. Hundalee is the southernmost forest located in the Hurunui district in Canterbury, in proximity to a large number of sawmills and to Lyttelton Port. It's the largest landholding in the estate at 5,516 hectares, with a planted area of 1,735 hectares. The remainder of the property is a mix of regenerating or established indigenous vegetation. There are over 80 kilometres of metal tracks, 2 houses, outbuildings, hunting huts and the demonstration house, clad in bandsawn redwood and utilised as management accommodation and the Canterbury office. Hundalee generates additional income from beehives and a hunting guide who pays to access good populations of red and fallow deer. Okota is located near Hunterville in the Rangitikei district. It contains a freehold land area of 872 hectares, with a planted area of 717 hectares. It's almost exclusively planted in redwood, with smaller stands of eucalypts and mature Pinus radiata. Okota was established between 2002 and 2013, and a sample plot in a 2003 stand has been measured at 500 cubic metres per hectare at age 18. Paparoa is located 19 kilometres from Taumaranui in the Ruapehu district. Lying east and west of Paparoa Road, the forest includes extensive frontage to the upper reaches of the Whanganui River. It contains a total freehold land area of 567 hectares, with a planted area of 464 hectares, which were planted from 2013. The forest is starting to show the growth potential of the favourable climate, with pruning well underway. Tuhua is located around 22 kilometres from Taumaranui and has a combined freehold area of 1,151 hectares, of which 249 hectares have been planted since 2018. Tuhua has some of the easiest and most productive farmland, with an additional 491 hectares still to be established over the next 3 years. With the favourable climate and high rainfall, it's expected to become the best NZRC forest yet, with forecast yields of around 1,700 cubic metres at age 35. With the opportunity to purchase NZRC on either a going concern share sale or asset sale basis, this is an outstanding opportunity to benefit from the burgeoning carbon market and remain at the forefront of the plantation redwood industry. Contact Arotahi Agribusiness today to discuss your interest in confidence, obtain access to the detailed information, or for qualified parties to arrange your guided inspection.